Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
My name is Tamara Wade, co-host of American Dream TV. We're in Monroe today, and we're with one of the top agents here in Monroe, and we're so excited to show you around. I'm here with Logan, who represents one of the top private builders here in Atlanta and surrounding areas. And Logan's going to tell us why Monroe has become one of these areas that builders want to come and build in.
Yes, so I'm Logan. I work for one of the local builders out of this area. Monroe is such an awesome area because you have the country life, yet you're still 5 minutes from a very happening town with a lot of shops and restaurants and bars.
What are the lots like out here?
So the lots typically in this area are not very high density, which is good for that farm feel. So they range from 2 to 5 acre lots.
Most of the lots out here are zoned agricultural. What does that mean?
Yeah, so with the agricultural zoning, you're able to have animals out here, chickens and other such animals that are allowed within the Muni Code. We're giving you that full farm-to-table experience here in Monroe.
Kevin, tell us about the real estate and what's going on out here in Monroe.
Yeah, so there's really a lot of different price points in the Monroe area. Anything from the starter homes all the way up to the $1 million homes as well. I think that sweet spot here in Monroe is in the 400s though.
When you're saying 400s, what do you get for that?
So what we're offering is 4-bed, 3-bath homes on 2+ acre lots. Square footages range from 2,000 square feet all the way up to 2,600 square feet.
So Kevin and I have been in this industry for a long time, and we not only do new construction, but there's a lot of general real estate out here in Monroe. Monroe is definitely a growing area, and we're very excited about it.
Oh yeah.
We found a hidden gem today while we're in Monroe. It's called Sweetberry, and it is a new restaurant that's opening up in July. And I'm here with Gil, the owner, and Gil's going to tell us about his restaurant.
Yeah, so we serve acai bowls, poke bowls, custom salads, wraps, smoothies. We're looking forward to opening and giving a healthy option to Monroe.
Tell us about the growth that you've seen in the 8 years that you've lived in Monroe.
It's been drastic, actually. My wife was born here and her parents were born and raised here, but I moved here in 2016, and Broad Street has done amazing turnaround from being almost like a drug hub for Atlanta to Athens to almost like a hidden gem, like you said. Everybody wants to come here and see what Monroe's about.
And so when you say that, like, what kind of shops and restaurants are here now?
There's a bunch of options from Southern food to tacos to burritos. I'm ready to open and see what Monroe thinks.
Thank you for your time. We look forward to your restaurant opening, Sweetberry, and we're going to head over to Vintage Revival. We are at Vintage Revival Antiques here in downtown Monroe. Built in 1895, 250,000 square feet of all kinds of antiques. Kevin, tell us more about what's offered here.
Another area of the Monroe Cotton Mill is the engine room. It's one of the most sought after event spaces for weddings, events, or private parties here in the Monroe area.
Thank you for joining me today in this amazing city of Monroe, where Kevin has been able to show you a lot about new construction. I'm Tamara Wade, your co-host of American Dream TV, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
I'm your host, Jeremy Smith, and on this episode of American Dream Selling Atlanta, I will show you what it truly means to be Simply Buckhead. Today, I have the honor of being named as Simply Buckhead's Rising Star. This cover shoot will be filmed later on in the episode, and you have exclusive access to the photo shoot and an interview with Joanne Hayes, Simply Buckhead founder and publisher. Let me tell you a little bit about Plaza Towers. This iconic condo building stands proudly on Peachtree Road in Buckhead. This community makes up 2 towers with 4 or less units per floor and is famous for its mid-century modern design. These units attract people looking for design and for space typical of this era build. This 11th floor corner unit has 2 terraces, one that faces north through the Buckhead skyline and one that overlooks the duck pond. This building is typical with 4 units or less per floor, and every unit is a corner unit. One of the nice amenities of this building are the 24-hour concierge and security, club room, and gym area. This is one of the best buildings to be in Buckhead if you're looking for the iconic property. It's time to get ready to head over to West Paces for the Simply Buckhead magazine cover shoot. Come with me. Today, I have the pleasure of meeting with Joanne Hayes of Simply Buckhead magazine. She is the founder and publisher of this publication, and here to give us some more details about this great magazine and a Rising Stars issue.
Fantastic. We're so excited to be here. It's been a fabulous day already. And every year we have the opportunity to sort of filter through a number of candidates that come to us throughout the year and find the ones that we feel are the strongest candidates for the cover. We typically choose 7. And they're people who are up and coming in their industries doing amazing things in our market, and they get chosen and they are seen in our magazine, and their neighbors and friends and family will comment on the fact that they've lived next door to that person forever and had no idea what they did. So we look for up and coming, bright, shining talent that we can help expose to the community and help further their careers.
Can you give us a little bit of background on how the magazine came to be and where you started?
So I started in advertising sales in Rhode Island in 1996, quite by accident. It was a little bit of a fluke how I stumbled into the industry, and literally within 2 years fell absolutely passionately crazy in love with my career choice. I felt like it was an opportunity to help businesses grow and be rewarded at the same time and be able to practice philanthropy. That's kind of been our method from 2010 when we launched, and we've grown to be the must-read publication in this area.
Be sure to go out this summer and grab your copy of Simply Buckhead magazine Rising Stars issue. I'm your host, Jeremy Smith, and I'll see you next time on American Dream Selling Atlanta.
This is Christy. Yes? Oh yes, I'd love to be on American Dream TV. Okay, I'll see you in just a minute.
I'm Christy Scally Carter with the Scally Carter team with Keller Williams, and I am your host today for American Dream TV, and we are in the heart of Cumming, Georgia. Here in Cumming, you can purchase homes in a wide price point, anywhere from attached townhouses from the mid and the upper 200s up to single-family house on Lake Lanier for over $3 million. Today, I want to share with you two exceptional locations in the heart of downtown Cumming, Tam's Backstage Restaurant and the School Street Playhouse. These two places are located in the same building, which used to be the building for the Cumming Public School, built in 1923.
Kelly and Brian Tam, the owners of Tam's Backstage. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you for having us.
So I want to hear a little bit about why you decided to open a restaurant here at this location.
Well, Kelly and I both were in corporate restaurants for almost 20 years, and we decided to try to go out on our own. And the city of Cumming was opening the Playhouse and asked us if we would consider coming in and looking at the old school, as they called it. As we searched for a name, we just kind of fell into Backstage, because we were backstage of what was then the Cumming Playhouse.
So tell us a little bit more about the uniqueness of the building.
So this was the first school in Forsyth County. It's 100 years old this year. It was built in 1923, and unfortunately, it was struck by lightning in 1927 and burned, but was rebuilt through the help of volunteers and the original contractor. So we've tried some different things, and this first show of 2023, we introduced the VIP room, where people could come and have dinner next to the Playhouse. You know, we put a large spread out, and there's a full bar up here, and then they can take their drinks, if they'd like to, in a plastic cup, into the theater and watch the show.
Thank you so much for having us, and we're going to check out your restaurant, and we're also going to segue to tell the audience a little bit about your theater.
Well, hello, hi. I have with me Lisa Charouse Riley, who happens to be my operations manager for my team.
I am.
And she moonlights as a producer-director for this awesome School Street Playhouse.
I did a little bit of theater in high school, and about 23 years ago I met my husband. He was playing the lead in a show, and I was just doing wigs and makeup backstage. We originally were approached in 2004 by the City of Cumming. So we started our shows in 2004. We were one of the first theater companies to actually put on a show, and we did Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And then we did shows for a few years, and then we went down to Roswell, opened our own theater, because, you know, in business you always want to move on and up. And then Mr. Brian Tam approached me and my husband about doing shows again. So we came back, and now it's kind of, we have come full circle. We're back where we started, which is just wonderful. So
you're very talented in both aspects.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. So you'll have to come check out the School Street Playhouse and come see some of these fantastic plays that Lisa and her husband do, that they produce here at the School Street Playhouse in Cumming, Georgia. Thank you for joining me today to learn a little bit about the flair and flavor of Cumming, Georgia. I'm Christy Scally-Carter, your host for American Dream TV. We're here in Danielsville, Georgia, in the heart of Madison County. Madison County has had a recent residential growth, probably because it's convenience to Athens, Commerce, and Lake Hartwell. Even through this residential expansion, though, Madison County still revolves around farming and agriculture. Join me today, your host, Tara Ewing, as we view a beautiful exotic farm and a cozy, intimate Airbnb cottage. You ready to go, Tiny Tim?
Joining us today is Michelle Kay. She is the owner of this charming Airbnb. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
To the cottage at Storybook Farm. Would you like to take a tour?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Let's go.
Okay.
So this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, sleep 6, very cozy Airbnb on our private farm. It is designed and set up for families with children, for couples, for remote working, for if you're gonna get an escape from the city to come to the country and be surrounded by nature and animals, this is the place for you. Let's go meet the animals.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Here several years ago, and we loved it so much. When we came across this little cottage in Athens that was going to be torn down, we moved it to our farm and decided that we would try to share it.
Now is actually where the Hudson River meets the Broad River, and the Broad River is a tributary to the Savannah River, so it travels all the way down there.
From the early 1800s to the late 1800s, this area was used as a ferry crossing, and now we like to use it for tubing, swimming, kayaking, and fishing. It's a clean, sandy bottom, shallow, slow-moving river, and it's very popular with the college kids in Athens.
Yes.
Really a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, you should check it out. There's a lot of American Indian history on the property.
A lot.
Because we're at the confluence of the Hudson and Broad Rivers. That was a typical area for the Indians to congregate, but also common river crossing. And our particular property, from around the late 1820s, there was people managing the river crossing at the river, and we have found multiple Indian arrowheads on the property.
Wow, what a great way to end a beautiful day. Well, that's it for today on American Dream TV Selling Atlanta. I'm Terry Ewing. Until next time, y'all.
Hi, I'm Bev Knight. I'm the lead agent for the Good Life Group, Lake Lanier Specialist for Keller Williams Lanier Partners, and I'm your host today for Selling Atlanta. Today I want to talk to you about why a basement in a lake house is more important and more valuable than a basement in a subdivision house. For most people, a basement is little more than an afterthought. It's often used for storage, or if it's finished, it's not at the same level as the rest of the home. But in this case, the basement is basically the front door to the lake, so it adds significant value to your home. As you can see, these homeowners are in the process of finishing their basement. It's the gateway to the lake. Plus, after a day of boating and swimming, people often land in the basement to unwind, dry off, and enjoy a cocktail. Now that you've seen an unfinished basement, I want to show you what is possible for a do-it-yourself basement. And to do that, I'm meeting here with Curtis Smart, who is the premium do-it-yourselfer in this area. So thank you for meeting with us, Curtis, and
Thanks
show us
for
what you
coming
did.
by.
Curtis is a computer engineer, and it shows. Wait till you see what he's done in this room.
So this is the main TV, but I needed to have a place to put all the gear, and you didn't want stuff laying out everywhere, so we put it behind the TV. So Bev, what we have in here is a surround sound system. You also have over here the PlayStation system, Xbox, and then one of my favorites, the VR system. So this is a full computer with a nice VR setup in it, and I have a wireless headset that you put on right here, and you can go out there and play.
And so I see more TVs. So on Saturday mornings in the fall, I bet you have TVs going everywhere with football. Is that right?
That is correct. All you have to do is rotate them and turn it to TV mode.
Okay.
Use your remote. And these are just standard Roku TVs, so any kind of ESPN or Netflix or Hulu that you want to watch your shows on, you can do it right here and you can have all of them going at the same time.
And one of my favorite things in this room is this wall. Reclaimed wood is all the rage right now, and I think Curtis and his wife, Angie, found a great solution for that. It's very expensive, so he found something that I want y'all to know about.
So this stuff is very versatile and easy to install, and anybody can do it. It's really thin reclaimed wood, and there's sticky stuff on the back, and you literally just peel it and stick it to the wall.
If you live on the lake, you know that a bourbon bar is really popular right now. And one of my favorite things in here is this light fixture set. Tell us about making those light fixtures.
Well, first I had to drink the bourbon.
Oh, good. That's the best part, right?
And then once it's empty, I have this device that has a glass cutter on it. You just roll it. Then after you roll it, it cuts this cut on there for you. And then you tap it off, and then you just sand it down with some sandpaper. And then I just drilled a hole in the lid big enough for this cable to get through, and I just replaced 2 light fixtures that were up there already.
Well, I love what you did in this basement. You did a great job. You inspired a lot of people, I'm sure. So thank you so much for letting us look at it. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Beth.
So you've seen an unfinished basement. You've seen a do-it-yourself basement. Now I want to show you a designer basement. This one was designed by a young, energetic couple, and I love the way it looks. Let's go see. So one of the most striking things about this basement is the ceiling. It's definitely an industrial design and very high. It's just very inviting, very much in style right now. And you gotta love this cool bar. It's just, every lake house needs a little bar in the basement. Whenever you find a lake, you're gonna find hills and valleys. Otherwise, the lake would go whooshing down to Alabama. So around Lake Lanier, there are lots of hills and there are lots of basements. You'll want to finish your basement so it will appeal to lake buyers. You want it to be a warm gathering place after a fun day on the lake. You'll be glad you did. I'm Bev Knight. I'm the lead agent for the Good Life Group and your host of ADTV's Selling Atlanta. We'll see you on the lake.
Hi, I'm Bobby Schmidt, your host of the American Dream TV, where real estate professionals just like me go into our communities and highlight lifestyle, culture, and real estate. And I am thrilled to introduce you to a wonderful lady and an organization that exemplifies all 3. Come with me and let's go meet Just People.
I want to introduce you to Becky Dowling. Becky is the CEO and the Executive Director of Just People. Becky, tell us a little bit about Just People.
Well, we're a nonprofit organization that provides a variety of supports to adults with developmental disabilities and some people with mental health issues. We find them housing, we find them jobs, we do social things with them, we provide a day program, just anything we see they need to have a full life.
I think you told me 17 cruises, but then you've been to Alaska, and where all have you been?
We've been Alaska, New York, California, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. all of Florida,
Wow.
Both sides.
And the entire Caribbean.
The entire Caribbean, to the point where we've pulled into ports before, and as we're coming off, there'll be people in the, like St. Thomas is a big one, they recognize us.
That's wonderful.
You're back! You know?
That's absolutely wonderful.
Welcome to the Silo, the Just People senior independent living option for our individuals that age out of or needs-based out of independent living.
Oh.
So it just varies person to person and what their level of need is. But they have to have been in the program to live in this building.
And so they want to live independently, but they love the camaraderie of the dining rooms and being able to get together at events and the pavilions and the fire pits. And
well, that you've got to remember, developmentally unstable means a lot of things. It can be from Down syndrome to autistic to just learning disabled. The problem is the majority can't read or write. So they can live independently out in the community, probably very carefully, because they get taken advantage of because of their limited skills. Just gives them a safe place to live and be among people that understand them, that are making fun of them. That'll be one of your biggest things you'll hear them say is, nobody makes fun of me here.
In addition to all the travel and special events, another exciting time for the Just People individuals are participating in the Special Olympic Games. The Special Olympics is a huge part of the lives of these individuals, where they actually transform into athletes. Being part of a team, wearing the team uniform, attending the grand opening ceremony, traveling to the games. It's all so very exciting for these athletes as they've been training all year for this. They really don't much care if their medal is bronze, silver, or gold. The thrill on their faces is sheer pride and sense of accomplishment. The Special Olympics athletic oath is, let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in my attempt. I hope you were as excited about meeting Becky Dowling and hearing her passion for the mission of creation of Just People. If you have any interest in knowing more or contributing to these great causes, go to justpeople.org or specialolympics.org. I'm Bobby Schmidt, your host of the American Dream TV. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.